So I finally decided to bring the Supra out to a local car meet for the first time. And I also, off camera, decided to bring the Skyline. I don't know why, but I felt like the Supra was lonely, so I decided to grab the Skyline and bring it up here as well. This is a pretty decent turnout for one of our local meets. Typically it's nothing and it's just like, you know, basic traffic that's here. But today we have pretty good variety of cars. So what I'm gonna do is go through and rate all the cars that I see, be as honest as possible, and we're gonna start with mine, and then maybe I'll ask a few other people what they think of the cars here as well, and again, do a little bit more rating. So first off, we're gonna start with the Skyline. So honest rating, because it's my car, I'm gonna rate it low. The last time I rated this, it had my other white wheels that glow in the dark. I rated it about a 2. And I think it also had matching front bumper. Now it doesn't match, and the spoiler doesn't match, and I have a few other issues with it. So it went up because it's kind of cool factor, but also it's still a 2 because there's still issues that, yeah, I don't know what to do with it yet, and it's been way too hot to work on. And then that brings us to the Supra, which I have done a video on this, rating it as well. There are a lot of things that I like about it. There are a lot of things that I don't like about it. I do overall think it is a beautiful car. I think it's very fun. It's very enjoyable. And I said about a 6 or a 7. Update, by the way, I got a spoiler. It's obviously not on. And my other big complaint on this car was the exhaust. Well, guess what? I did buy the Mark IV exhaust to custom fit on this, so we'll see how that goes. So that would bring it up to maybe 7.5. Again, don't hate me, because I know a lot of you were like, why did you buy a car that you think is terrible? And I don't think the car is terrible. I said I think this car is great and fantastic, but there's a few complaints that I have on it, and once I fix those, the car will be amazing. So I'd say, again, about 7.5, because I have parts for it, and eventually we'll get them installed, again, when it's not so hot. There is a CTSV driving next to me, so I'm gonna film that. That's sick. I don't know why I love it, but I give it an 8. It sounds sick, and it's probably really, really fast. All right, so Subaru. This one's new. I'll get to that one. This one has a STI spoiler back there, which everybody hates, but I love. And I only say people hate it because, you know, Subaru people and only wanting to put STI spoilers on an STI. I think it goes well with the car. It still has the same body, so why not do it? It's perfectly fine. Stock spoiler is the way to go on these. But that being said, it's WRX. I looked underneath the hood. It looks pretty cool. It is on Inky RPF 1s, which I feel like everybody does, but also it looks good. I also rate this an 8 out of 10. I absolutely love Subarus, so it has a soft spot in my heart. As for the new one, I hate the rear bumper. Like, what is that? That is terrible. I think that is the worst looking bumper on the planet, and it also has Honda taillights. And then you have these hexagon flares, which makes no sense because wheels are round, so that's trash.
It's a Chevy.
You're a Chevy. Hello, John. Anyway, rating. I do love the front end enough. I don't know how much. I'd say 6 out of 10 until stuff gets modified, and then maybe it'll change. But I think that looks cooler than that. Love it, hate it, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Then we have the Forester, or the Toaster. This thing's awesome. I automatically give it an 8 just because it's a toaster. It has old work wheels, like very old, so that's kind of cool. It is the XT version, so it has a turbo and it's the STI engine, so it instantly is so much better. It is automatic, which that kind of sucks, but overall, Forester is probably a good 8 out of 10. Basic traffic, it has self-tappers, so I feel like it gets bonus points for self-tappers, but 3 out of 10. Mustang, probably gonna kill somebody in the crowd, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Another Mustang, I feel like might be slightly better. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Both of them 4 out of 10. They're okay. I'm not hating on Mustangs, but I'm hating on Mustangs.
940 Drifting Chaos on it.
940 Drifting Chaos. Weird. Know him. He helped me bring the Skyline here today, so he's getting a 5 out of 10. The car's probably a 3 out of 10, but thank you for helping me. Appreciate you. This is John's new whip, technically, not technically. I don't know if you can see it. That's a block of wood holding the e-brake up, because the e-brake button doesn't work, which is hilarious.
There is no e-brake button.
Okay, well, there's no e-brake button apparently. It's a Saturn. I don't know how to rank it besides like a 2 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10. Bikes, I don't know if I should rank bikes. This one's cool, I like that one. This one, cool, just because it's black. Basic Traffic. The Corvette, 5 out of 10. That Corvette's pretty cool. 6, 7 out of 10. This thing's sick, love it. Give it a 9. It has little titanium tips, decent wheels. Overall, this car is sick, love it. Another Camaro, this one's probably pretty fast. Probably has a cam in it, but looks good overall, but still looks stock. So it's 7 out of 10, that's probably all right. This guy, I want to hate it because you have all the big crowd meet things. What are they called? Takeovers.
Yeah.
I want to hate it because of takeovers. How do you feel about it?
I probably won't do a like burnout.
Would you say 6 out of 10 is fair?
A 5.
Give it a 5. Okay, I'll let him give it a 5. Challenger, don't care for, but 4 out of 10. Another Camaro. I feel like this is all we have here is Camaros and Dodge Challengers and Chargers. 4 out of 10. I think the red one's better. This Mustang, 3 out of 10. I don't like the red thing on it, but 3 out of 10. I don't care for this body style really, but I'll give this one 7 out of 10. I like it. Overall, I think it looks really good. Maybe an 8 out of 10. I think it's better than what I'm rating it. Next up, we have this little blue thing, which most people would probably look at it and rank it like something terrible, but the custom paint, if you will, is honestly kind of impressive, and the car overall is really impressive, like funny wise and just character wise. So I feel like it's going to get a better ranking just because of character. I just realized that it actually has decent wheels, or decent looking wheels.
Not on Steely's anymore.
I forgot about that. That's actually kind of cool.
This happened yesterday.
Oh. I mean, look at the exhaust there. That's hysterical. Custom skate rack. I mean, that's kind of cool. Gotta admit. Blah blah blah. So I don't know what to rank it. It's got a cool factor. I'd say 6 out of 10, just because it's not my thing, but it actually does have that cool factor, so I dig it. This little Focus ST, if it was an RS, I'd like it more, but also the ST has the stronger block, if I remember correctly. So I like it. I like the person who owns it. The person that owns it's actually really cool. It's just, again, it's a Ford Focus. Thank you, Mustang, for being really loud and obnoxious. It's cool because it's an ST, which means it's turbocharged, but also I don't care for them. It's like a 6 out of 10, realistically speaking. Again, if it was an RS, it'd probably be like a 7 or an 8, but it being an ST, drop it down one more point. Again, you might hate that because the RS is just overpriced for what it is. This is a Fiesta ST, which this guy's actually pretty cool too. Same reasoning for this. Actually, no, I'll give this one a 7 just because he does have some work done to it that actually is kind of fun, like the stupid long exhaust, which it does actually spit flames, which is fun. It's lower, the wheels are cool. I mean, you don't see a Fiesta every day, so we'll say that's a 7, that's a 6. I think that's a good comparison. And then the rest of the trucks I'm not even going to rank because I don't really care for trucks. But there is an IS300, and I will rank it because I know the guy. He said he had a wide body at some point. I don't know if that's ever happening. And he does have Hinata sticker on it, so he automatically gets 1 point for Hinata. I wish it wasn't on stock wheels. His brother also had an IS that recently sold it, and he had an Altezza front bumper, which was sick. I wish it also had the Altezza front bumper, but the paint is really pretty. 5 out of 10. I think that's the best I can do on the IS. Maybe a little bit better because it has 2J, but it needs to be boosted. 5.5. We'll give it some credit. And I think, oh, just kidding, there's Nevo. 9 out of 10. I don't even have to look at it.
I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else. Let you down.
You like my fuzzy balls?
I do, very much so.